Have you ever wondered why they call matches matches? It's because this one matches this one, and this one matches this. Oh, woo, woo! I love a good laugh. I truly, truly do. Boom. Chris, these are actually the world's smallest magic wands. I know you. I mean, the fact that they make fire is pretty cool, but their power is greater than that. So I'm going to hand this to Chris. I want you to take that and tear out one of the matches. Okay, that's going to be our magic wand because we're going to try something crazy with a magic wand. Okay, now, along with our book of matches, we're also going to use. I got it here somewhere. Where is it? Here it is. I got a paper napkin. I'm going to take the matches and wrap it up inside. Now, normally when performing this for freaks and psychos in a bar or something, I'd have someone hold on to the book of matches inside the paper napkin. But instead, I'm going to use this glass here. I'm going to put it down inside the glass and leave the glass right there on the table. Sleeves are up, being as fair as I can here. Chris, I got a whole bunch of different cards here. You can even give the cards a bit of a mix-up here. Give them a bit of a mix-up here. And I'm going to go through the cards like this. I'm going to riffle the edges. And at some point, I want you to say stop. And wherever you say stop, I'm going to cut the cards right there. And we're going to use the card you said stop at. So here we go. I'm going to go through the cards, say stop anytime. Stop. Right there. Okay, look. Drop the card on the table. I'm going to give you a little peek of the card. I want you to take a look at it. Okay? And then very fairly, I'm going to put the card in the middle of the deck. And I will have a spectator shuffle up the cards. So just think about how fair that is. They say stop wherever they want. The cards are mixed beforehand. They say stop wherever they want. I cut right there, goes back in, and I'm just actually going to put the deck down back in my pocket. Okay. Can I have that magic wand, my brother? Watch. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. If I'm right, and if the world's smallest magic wand had the power, I hope it does, we're going to find that the book of matches you examined and tore the match from has undergone a truly insane transformation. Let's see. Inside. There it is. Inside. Look. Nothing else. Nothing else in the napkin that can be examined. But the matchbook has undergone an insane transformation. It's still got a striking on the back, striking strip, and it's still folded up. But you can see it's morphed into a playing card, a folded card. The matches are still inside. Back in the 1990s, I released a DVD called Secret Files. And it's still to this date one of my best-selling DVDs. And on that project, I had a trick called Chameleon. And this is that trick. Then cut to, I don't know, 10, 15 years later, there is David Blaine, who didn't know. He didn't know that David Blaine performing on one of his specials, this trick where a matchbook changes into the selected card. Now what had happened is another magician had, I'm quite sure had seen my DVD, quite a popular DVD in my community here, and the next thing you know it's being marketed and David Blaine sees it and this and that. So I mentioned that not as about sour grapes or that I'm losing any sleep. I know in magic there's a lot of that goes on, but just to let the magicians watching the show know here, refer to Secret Files, my old DVD. You'll see this trick was created years before it was then marketed by other people. Okay, having just said that, this is such a cool trick. I mean, the souvenir is insane. It happens in their hands. It's super easy to do. And it's the kind of souvenir that's functioning. I love that afterwards it's still a functioning matchbook, which I think is really awesome. Let's go down and let's figure out how we make this, okay? So you're going to need a bunch of things here, bunch of things. Grab, including a couple of different matchbooks. Grab, and I've made this with a shorter matchbook. You just have to fold the card a little differently, a little shorter, or you can do the wide ones here. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to tear out one of the rows of matches from this, okay? Like this. I'm going to trim this down and basically make this as short, a fair bit shorter, okay? Then I'm going to grab a playing card. I need a dupe card, okay? So let's see. I got a jack of clubs here. Go through the second deck. I can't tell you how many times I'll go through and I won't find the dupe I need, but there it is. Okay. So for this, I wanted to match it closely, and I want to make sure the card is facing inwards for dramatic sake or drama's sake. So we're going to fold that about there. Okay, that's about the same width there like that. And then fold this up here. Well, maybe that's about right there like that. Then take these matches, and I'm going to remove, well, actually, let's leave them as the way they are. I won't remove any matches. Tuck them down inside there, okay? And then get a stapler, and don't get caught up with the, oh, it's a larger staple than on the first, and staple this down here like this. Now, I might have made this a little off, but you guys will get the idea. Then I get the striking strip, just cut that off with a pair of scissors. And I got to admit, to be honest with you guys, at this point, this is starting to feel a little like a cooking show for me. A little bit like a cooking show, but we'll get through here. Get a little bit of that glue on there. It's all pretty casual. And I'm going to put that approximately where the striking strip would be. And you can see I'm transforming a lowly playing card into something more exciting. Okay? To finish, and I think I haven't cut this quite. Yeah, it's going to, well, maybe. Just. And ideally, this then fits in there. I'm going to slide my gimmick here. It's not gimmick there, like that. Okay. And then you tuck this underneath the flap, and you've got something that looks a lot like the matches. Okay? This is waiting for me in my left pants pocket. Okay, that's my left pants pocket. I've got a paper napkin, and it may sound silly, but open the paper napkin and then casually fold it back up. You'll find it flows a lot better than if you get stuck trying to, neatly unfold this thing in the middle of performance. And this, you can fold it one more time if you want. This is in my front pants pocket. This is a closing effect. This is a boffo killer, over the top, powerful, powerful trick. Okay, and I'll explain one of the things. So what I want to do is force the jack of clubs now. But we'll get back to that in a second. And what I have here is I have the jack of clubs actually second from the top when I want to force the card. It's second from the top, and I'll show you. This is called a bluff. I call it a bluff riffle force. It's a very old force I'll be using in a second. So I'm here, and I go in my pocket and I take out the book of I take out my book of matches because I have my duplicate. And you can maybe put it over here so you don't confuse the two. They feel very similar. You say, hey, I don't know if you've ever seen one of these. This is actually, you know them as matches. It's actually, for me, they're the world's smallest magic wands. And beforehand, guys, I've always made a point of removing a few because I don't want later on to someone count these and get all, so I remove a few and I say, hey, they're the world's smallest magic wands. Go ahead, remove one. Now, you can ask them to examine them, but they're going to, even in the handling, just by having someone remove one, everybody immediately knows that this is an ordinary book of matches. Now, I'm going to switch this book of matches in a very simple way. I put all focus here, they tear it out, then when I take it back, I'm very casual. I take it back and I say, fine. And I turn my hand over, say, along with the book of matches, we're also going to use, and I act like I'm looking for something. I'm not sure if it's in this pocket or this pocket. And this is an in the pocket switch. I use this kind of stuff a lot in live performance. I'm here, both hands go in my pockets, I go where, and I grab this, but I grab this, and I come out with my fingers closed here, as if it's like, okay, oh, there it is. And all focus, I turn and all focus is here, and what I've done is I've switched the book of matches. Okay? And I do it very casually. Then I take this, come over here, make sure it doesn't flash, nobody can see. But I also want them to immediately know that it is going inside. I'm not pulling anything fancy or anything suspicious. So I immediately fold around it. So even before people are thinking, did he do some sleight of hand there? I can't see. They immediately can say, oh yeah, oh no, there it is. Okay, everything's copacetic. And that's all on an unconscious level. Give that to someone to hold, or a glass is a nice piece of theater. Now, I want to force this card, second from the top. So I riffle down, I say, wherever you call stop, and I make sure they can see this part. Wherever you call stop, I'm going to cut there. I want them to have video of this in their mind, so that in a moment, when I riffle and they call stop and I apparently lift off, that it all flows together. Now what I've done here, I've only got the top card, okay? And I don't want to confuse things here. So this is my force, second from the top. So let me get it in, there we go, four spade instead of the two jacks there. So I say, I'm going to riffle, you're going to call stop, I'm going to cut the cards right there, and we'll stop at the card. And I make sure they get all this video in their mind. I say, here we go. And if I want, I can give the cards a bit of a shuffle, as long as I'm shuffling them in such a way that the top couple of cards stay where I want them. Okay? I get a little break with my finger. Pinky, it's called a pinky break under the card. I riffle. As soon as they call stop, my hands dip down. I cover the front edge with my fingers, and I act like I've lifted off half the pack. But I've only lifted off one card, okay? And this whole thing flows beautifully. They call stop, I'm here, and I make sure I don't get that view. I want to keep the hand flat. Thumb that off, and then immediately put everything back together. Really casual, okay? you'll find in performance it flows. They get to see the force card. I put that back in the middle, then I take this and I either put it away in my case or my back pocket. This is a closing trick for me. I don't want to have to go back to the deck later, okay? I want to get the deck away. So all focus is just here. We've got our 1, 2, 3, or you can have somebody do it, have somebody else, or have 3 different people tap it. Really build the theater around it. Then you've got this crazy ending coming up here. You're here. You open this up. Let this image settle for people. Do not rush it. People want to examine that. They can't believe the change. Show it both sides. There's so much magic here. They know this is going to be their card. They're wondering. And when they see that the entire flap is gone, this can be examined. There's the selected card. There's the striking and this final image here. So nice, okay? You open that up. They get to see that work. This is just one of these tricks that I've been doing for a long, long time. And yes, you can palm out the duplicate card if you're an advanced sleight of hand magician. You can palm out the duplicate card so you can even hand out the deck at the end. But there's really no reason to do that. If this is your closer, you put the deck away, end with that image, put all the focus on that, and people are going to just, it's the kind of thing people will remember for an awfully long time.